Okay, Thursday, 4th of September 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. How to avoid Flanderization in your personal development. Flanderization is an interesting concept from literature and writing. Essentially, you become too one dimensional. You become too confined to a single box and you're just known for a single particular thing. It has its benefits in terms of focus, but at the same time, the problem with that is, in reality, in life, in society, is that you risk getting attached to one thing, and that affects your reputation, that affects your skill sets, your repertoire, your abilities, who you are fundamentally at a meta and fundamental level. So the general principle is understand more about the world, understand more about reality, people, psychology, you name it, languages, people, history. Study all these things. I did multiple videos about this with regards to dragnet and the scavenger mentality to understand things and the gambler's instinct, things like that. But the fundamental thing is that as you become more rounded in life, you do stuff. I did some videos about my travels across the UK and Ireland and Isle of Man. As you do stuff in life, increases the confidence and the character. You become more because you can do more. You flourish essentially, and you become more well-rounded. You know how to handle different scenarios and places. You understand anthropology, psychology, people, neurotypicals and autistic ways of communicating with people. You understand the effects of, say, status and power dynamics in relationships and in business. You understand communication styles, things like that, the said and the unsaid, reading between the lines. All these different countless soft skills, because it's fundamentally in here, and you can be more poetic and say heart, mind, and soul. But as you develop your sense of character, your abilities, your talents, your strengths, you can do more. Your human capital, I did a video about that a week or something ago. As you develop and become more well-rounded, you know stuff and you can do more stuff and your confidence increases, you avoid Flanderization and become a much more well-rounded man. That's the important thing. We can go deeper to say a Renaissance man. And I think I did a video about that a year and a half or 2 years ago about being a Renaissance man. Essentially, you know a lot about many topics. You can talk about things in great detail. You understand and are interested in many different things. You're a bit of a quasi proto polymath essentially, meaning you're on your way to becoming a well-rounded genius is a strong word, but a well-rounded, knowledgeable man. You know a lot about many things, and you're competent. That's the fundamental thing. That's the fundamental result by avoiding Flanderization, not getting stuck in one field that if you're taken out of this and put somewhere else, you crumble because it's out of your comfort zone. You don't know anything. You can't handle it. You know nothing. Struggling. But the more well-rounded you are, the more confident you are because you've done stuff, you've seen stuff, you know how you have more talents. You can do things. Your comfort zone is infinitely greater and your competence is infinitely greater as well. And that's very, very powerful for financial reasons, for emotional reasons, but it's just powerful as a fact, as a first principle. The more stronger mentally you are, and you could say in terms of heart and soul, again being poetic, but it's still quite relevant, the better you are overall. That's powerful. No regrets. Because then you could just do more things in life. That's really, really cool. So we want to be growing in life as always. And we could say every 6, 12, 24 months and beyond, the more noticeable that change is over such a short space of time, 6 months, for example, is a good starting point, the more you're growing, the more you're learning. I have reasoned with someone elsewhere to study anthropology because I suspect that that is a missing piece of his knowledge to understand and piece things together and take it to the next level. All the time I'm reading and studying all kinds of things with regards to finances and markets and anthropology and culture, whatever else, to be more socially calibrated. And a few of the stuff with regards to relationships and whatever else and psychology to understand more all the time. That's very important. We don't want to be stagnant. We don't want to be stagnant in life and always be growing, growing, growing. This is the Peter principle, essentially. Hitting that limit, your maximum, we could say the phenotypic limit. I did a video about that as well, actually, a few months ago. But also the mental limit of your talents and abilities. This is the phoenix. I did a video about that as well a few weeks ago as well. Powerful stuff. But the principle, by always keeping to grow, always growing, we avoid being one-dimensional, and we avoid inadvertently, by accident, limiting ourselves because we're not broadening our skills and our curiosities. We're not fanning the flames of all kinds of interests. Again, the Renaissance man thing that can help us be more individualistic. Yes, indeed, inadvertently, but more international. Inadvertently, but more competent, and even deeper, more powerful, because you can do more in life. More confidence. Very, very. At least confidence as a core personality trait, and everything built on top of it that just allows you to do stuff. Less timidness, less shyness, more confidence and character, and tenacity had a more, again, a little poetic, more daring kind of way of looking at it. A more daring way of looking at it. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Very useful. And fundamentally, no regrets. For example, I've been learning Spanish for the past 7 or so years now. 7.5. No, wait. 7 years and 11 months, something like that. No, wait, no. 7.5. Let's say 7.5. Yeah. And absolutely no regrets with that. Very, very powerful tool. And then it gets me thinking, what other powerful tools have I developed? Again, mentally. And then heart, mind, and soul as well. What are the powerful tools? And that, again, like I said earlier at the start of the video, is your repertoire. Driving is another powerful skill. Both sides of the road. Very useful. Very nice. In the world we live in, that's a good soft skill, intelligence kind of thing to have. Very, very useful. Like I said earlier, the Flanderization, go into different areas, different places, foreign, whatever, unusual, whatever, strange scenario, a dire situation can be handled. Ooh, very, very powerful, very useful. Important life skills to have as a man. Again, showing smart stuff men should know. Powerful stuff. Very, very important. So always keep learning. Always keep growing. Powerful. No regrets. As a result of all this stuff I've learned, I have no regret. No, I have no regret spending the time and energy to learn all these things. You could argue at some real deep meta level, that's one of the roots of this whole vlog here and all these videos, because I know so many things, I'm happy and willing to share it and record it. Interesting. But that's where it starts to get a bit circular. The logic starts to get a little circular, but that's a whole other conversation. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smarter stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.